Alright guys, welcome back to Spoiler Alert. My name is Mike with Mike W Productions, as you probably already know. Now we are talking today about Black Widow, the movie that probably should have been released 4 or 5 years ago. There is a lot going on in this movie. This is my in-depth review. If you want my quick snippet review, it's in the playlist down below. But for you guys who want to hear the full thing, here we go. So, Black Widow is a good movie. It has a pretty good cast. The storyline is a little bit wonky, if you will. So we start off with young Natasha Romanoff, I believe. Young Natasha and her sister we never knew about, and her dad we never knew about, and her mom we never knew about, because all we ever knew was I worked for the KGB as an assassin person. Okay, so in this, pretty much the beginning of the movie, she's like 12 and her sister's like maybe 10, and they have this family, and we soon find out that they are Russian spies.
I want you to destroy them personally.
After 30 years of waiting, one more chance to crush Moose and Squirrel.
Oh, fearless leader, you are so good to us.
And they stole something from this company, which happens to be Hydra anyways. So they stole this thing. The mom is some kind of brain physicist. The dad is the Russian version of Captain America, basically. And so there's that. Natasha is separated from her sister and the mom. They both grow up, etc., etc. This is set place in Natasha's time zone, about I believe they mentioned Condon Prince, so that would put this right after, and the signing of the Wachovia Accord, so that would put this right after Civil War, basically. Yeah, right after Civil War and right before Black Panther. So this is kind of that in between. Personally, I wanted to see more of Black Widow in the Red Room. I wanted to see more of a character development than so much than just kind of what we got, which is your typical Avengers movie. Basically, I wanted a Natasha Romanoff's version of Joker. Figuring out, why is she a spy? What was the Red Room like? Backstory. We didn't really get that. By the time we catch up with her, she's already been through the Red Room, and now it is her sister's turn to go through the Red Room. Her sister's turn. And the parents weren't really her parents. They were just with them for a couple of months to get this thing that the bad guy needed. So, okay. We move on to basically it being present day 5 years ago-ish. When the right after the Civil War movie happened. Okay, so Natasha is hiding from the colonel dude that arrested all of them in Civil War.
Did he give you anything on Rogers?
Nope, told me to go to hell. I'm going back to the compound instead, but...
So, there's that. So she's on the run from him. And then we meet this British guy who obviously likes her, and nothing happens with that. Okay. There's only 2 men in this movie. Well, 3. There's the dad, there's the bad guy, and there's the, I guess you could call him the smuggler or the weapon dealer. The guy who gets her everything that she needs, basically. This guy likes her, obviously, but nothing really becomes of it. Okay. So you have, and he's not the brightest bulb in the light bulb store, or in the lamp shop, if you will. So you have the love interest, you have daddy issues, and you have the bad guy. Those are your 3 men in this movie. The rest of the characters are women. Is that an issue? Not really. Going into this, I've heard a lot of stories about people saying that the main actors are saying that this is not a movie for men, or it's for girls and blah blah blah. Nah, not really. If they want to believe that, then fine. I kind of enjoyed this movie. It was entertaining. Is it the best Marvel movie ever? No. But for this phase, because we just got done with Endgame, we don't know who the main bad guy in this next phase of phases is supposed to be, and there's no big baddie being set up yet, beyond maybe Dark Avengers. So we're kind of getting what we're getting, and being happy about getting what we get. With that being said, there are some kind of weird moments. The mom has some tech that makes pigs stop breathing, because it just tells them to stop breathing, which is used in the movie with the Black Widows. There are multiple of this type of assassin, and there's some issues with that as well. I'm not a scientist, but I believe there are some issues with the way that they worked around that MacGuffin. So, yeah, there's some little disturbing things in this. Some funny jokes, some weird jokes. Some underused characters, like the Crimson guy, the dad. Okay, well, he had a good, he was a good actor, good character. He was kind of underutilized. He did get a 4 or 5 minute fight scene against the main bad guy, and we will get into that here in a second. So the way that it progresses is fine, the way that it jumps into things is fine. The issues really are, we already know what happens to Black Widow. We already know that she's kind of tortured with her past, and that's okay. We know that she never really had a real family, and that's fine. What are some of the pluses of this movie? Some of them would be that the jokes are real good. You have the girl from Fighting with My Family, who I like.
Sorry about that.
It's The Rock! We're huge fans.
Thank you so much.
What advice would you give us? We want to be the next you.
What are your names again?
My name.
It doesn't matter what your names are. You walk around here interrupting The Rock, you like you haven't seen the sun in 20 years. You like you just stepped out of Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some more advice, sir? You want some advice? Here's The Rock's advice. Shut your mouth.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Got it.
She's really funny in this one. I didn't know it was her until I looked it up, and she does really well in this. I think they're trying to set her up to be a young Avenger or a new Avenger, more possibly a Dark Avenger. There is a end credit scene, and you want to watch that. Again, funny. All of the characters are pretty good except for the main bad guy and his hench person. The person that's supposed to be playing the main bad guy that looks kind of like Winter Soldier is basically Winter Soldier with being a woman. So the thing that's in that helmet is a woman that Black Widow had blown up, who is the daughter of the main bad guy, and she is already she is also drugged as well, and that's kind of the whole plot to the movie, is that there are these things that all of the Black Widows have that make it where they are under control, and there is a pheromone where they can't kill the boss guy. Okay, it's a story, but is it a great story? No, but in the original series of Avengers, we had years and years of build-up to get to where we are now, and then we get kind of cut off because so many Avengers had died, so many Avengers had kind of moved on, and we kind of went back with this movie, but where we're at in this timeline, this movie really should have been made back right after Civil War. That's my honest opinion. With that being said, not a bad movie. I did really enjoy it. I like the girl from Fighting with My Family. Stick around for that end credit scene with her in it. That might work itself into Hawkeye series, so you kind of want to stick around for that. And I mean, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's not a horrible movie. It's not a great movie, but it's worth watching. So with that being said, guys, if you like this review, go ahead and hit that little like button. You want to see more, there's a video right up here. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that little subscribe button if you want to get notified next time I make a movie. I believe, other than my usual stuff that I put on here, the next movie that I will be doing is Suicide Squad. I might do a little question on Suicide Squad because I'm trying to think how to do this, but we'll see. So thank you guys for coming in, and we will see you next time. Peace.